This is a massive moving truck. And we're about to drive it over 1,600 miles.
But before we do, here's a quick backstory. For the past few years, my family has been living in Arizona. However, after years of living there, they got an opportunity to move to Washington State. Since they wanted to leave the desert climate, they took the opportunity, and they're finally gonna move to Washington. And since I've already been living in Washington for about 2 months, I did what any good son would do. I hopped on a plane and I flew down to Arizona. And now that I finally made it here, I'm ready to help them pack up their stuff and drive their 3 vehicles over 1,600 miles from Arizona to Washington State. And over the next few days, we'll drive through some intense weather and embark on a journey fueled by caffeine and good food. So come with me on this small vlog where I document this family adventure. Now that you're all caught up, let's hit the road. Now that I've made it to Arizona, me and my family get hard to work packing up all of their stuff. And over the span of a few days, we're able to start loading up our moving truck. And with the help of a few neighbors and missionaries, me and my family are able to fill the moving truck all the way to the brim, which leaves us with a new issue because there's still a decent amount of stuff left inside of the house that we haven't packed yet. And with only a day till our road trip begins, we will likely have to rent a trailer.
This is everything that is left that we could not fit into the truck. So in the morning, we're gonna go rent a trailer to connect to the moving truck, and that's pretty much the plan. We'll head out tomorrow after we pick up the trailer. Anyway, see you guys then. Good morning. I'm here inside the big rig, the big moving truck. We're here at the moving facility, and we're gonna get ourselves a trailer. Let me see if I can go show you guys the trailers that they have available. Get one of these. Then we're just gonna hook one of those trailers to the back of this giant moving truck, head back to the house, pack up the rest of our stuff. We're about to hit the road, you guys. With limited time, we make it back to the house as soon as possible, and we're able to completely load up the trailer. At this point, we should have left hours ago, but instead of complaining, we decided it's finally time to hit the road. So my mom, sister, and 2 dogs get inside the minivan. My dad hops into our multi-ton gargantuan moving vehicle, and I am tasked with driving my dad's Ford Maverick, which is a beautiful hybrid vehicle. Needless to say, I'm super excited. My dad usually doesn't let me drive his truck, so he made me promise that I would not exceed 120 miles per hour. However, some promises are meant to be broken. At this point, we're running pretty far behind. We were meant to leave hours ago, so we quickly packed up all the stuff that we needed, and before I knew it, we were ready to embark on our journey. And just like that, we're looking at the house for one last time. We've lived there for many years. It's the last time I'm gonna look at it. Anyway, moving on.
And so our journey starts in Tucson, Arizona, with the goal of making it to Blythe, California by the end of the night.
We have a very late start so far. It's already 3:50 right now, and the goal is to get all the way to California before it gets dark. I don't think we're gonna be able to get there before it gets dark, but whatever, honestly. So the one question that we're probably gonna get is, how are we all gonna stay in touch while driving? We have these walkie-talkies. They're kind of cheap, and I'm not really sure if they're gonna work the entire trip, but that's how we're gonna kind of stay in touch the entire drive. And yeah, hopefully this plan works. I'm not really sure. Either way, the road trip starts right now. Let's hit the road.
And so our journey starts as we make our way out of Arizona. I've never been much of a desert person. I'm more a fan of forests, mountains, and rivers, and enjoy the Pacific Northwest a lot more. So I'm glad my family's moving to Washington.
It's already getting pretty dark, and we're like 2 hours from the California border. So we're probably gonna be driving through the dark tonight, most likely.
And unfortunately, my prediction would be correct as the desert descends into darkness. But before the sun fully goes away and we're fully submerged in the madness of driving in Arizona at night, we decide to pull aside and take our first rest stop of the trip.
Alrighty, we are pulling into our first pit stop of the trip. And boom! We have made it. We made it to the first pit stop. Haley, how's it been so far?
Great. I've been laying in the back of the car.
We go check out the vending machine. I'm gonna get some caffeine.
Oh my god!
I know. We're gonna get normal Coke. Boop. How much is it? $2. All right, we'll insert this for $2. Take this too. Oh! My goodness. It's just, I opened it.
Stand back.
Oh, perfect. Caffeine. I'd give it a Missouri 7, California 2. Alright, we are back in the truck. Let's continue our road trip to get to California.
And so we descend into the darkness. We were hoping to not have to drive through the dark, but there's not much we can do about it now. Instead, we just coast with the traffic of the semi-trucks and slowly get closer to California. And along the way, we're finally able to test out the walkie-talkies.
Is Haley?
Yes.
Haley, what's your favorite number?
67.
Before we know it, we make it to our second pit stop. Our priority is to get some gas.
Making our way to the next stop of the trip. Little restroom break here at Love's Truck Stop. My goodness, I do love Love's Truck Stop. I think I've been to this specific Love's Truck Stop, but let's pull in and use the restroom, maybe get a snack, maybe some gas. Park right here. The van just caught up to me. Where are they? There they are. Pulling in. Let's go take a little break from driving.
So we go inside, grab some snacks, fill up on gas, walk the dogs, pretty much do everything that we need to do. And overall, this is a pretty great break from driving.
Got me some yogurt with blueberries in it. Whoa. I'm gonna eat this, then we're gonna hit the road.
Yum, 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 yum.
Alright, we are headed out. Fun little pit stop. Gotta fill up the gas tank, use the restroom, bought my sister some candy, bought me a parfait cup. I'm trying to stay a little bit healthy, you know? Keep my boyish figure as long as I can.
And so we start to descend back into the dark highway. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to find driving at night quite peaceful. Just sailing with a bunch of semi-trucks through the darkness of night can be quite soothing when you have the right music and a good amount of snacks. And my spirits are extra high now that we finally made it into California.
And now we have made it to California.
And before I know it, we're getting off the highway and headed to our motel for the night.
We have made it to the motel. Yippee! Anyway, I'm gonna find a parking spot. We are going to head up to the room and get some sleep. Anyway, we made it to the motel. I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna go get some sleep, and then we're gonna continue the adventure in the morning. I'm very tired. All right, see you guys in the morning. Good morning. I just got up, as you can tell from my sleeping cap. Now it's time to go get some breakfast at McDonald's.
And so me and my dad set off to get the whole family some McDonald's.
We got like 6 McMuffins for the whole family and some caffeine. So we're gonna eat up and we're gonna hit the road.
I ate pretty quickly, and so while I waited for my family to get ready for the road trip, I spent the morning skating around. But before I knew it, it was time.
We had breakfast. Now, let's get on the road. Alrighty. We got the walkie-talkie here. Let's get rolling. Day 2 of our epic cross-country moving adventure.
And so day 2 officially began. So we start the morning disembarking from the motel and making our way further into California, enjoying the sights of litter, garbage, homeless encampments, and strange people you've never met approaching your vehicle. Boy, do I love California. And before I know it, we already make our first stop of the day.
Alright, we are going to the first stop of the day. Costco. We've got to get some gas.
Alright, it is gas time. Alright, now we've got to go to Walmart to grab some groceries. Alrighty, we have made it to Walmart! Gotta find a parking spot. So yeah, I'm gonna go inside, give me something to eat, get some caffeine, should get some groceries, then we're gonna hit the road again. So we head into Walmart in search of some food. Okay, we are done at Walmart. I got me some coffee for later. Got some Lucky Charms. We're gonna go get something else to eat though. We don't have anything that I really wanted for lunch, so we're gonna go to Chick-fil-A and get some real lunch. I got chicken strips and of course some waffle fries. Anyway, I'll finish my food and we're gonna continue the adventure. It's already 1:17. Sun will be going down in just a few hours, so let's get going. Let's hit the road. Our Walmart trip lasted longer than we expected, putting us far behind and potentially placing us in the heat of some insane California traffic. And it doesn't help that we're slowly ascending into the mountains. And just as I thought, we start to hit on and off traffic. Start to use evasive maneuvers to ease my way through the traffic, but I was no match for what these California roads had in store for me today. My maneuvers were no longer of any use to me as more and more lanes of traffic blocked me in position. But soon, the traffic would go away. And just like that, we made it to the hotel for the night. Another long day. To celebrate today's grueling battle, me and my sister spent the night skating around the California parking lots, unaware of how intense the next day will become. Morning. As you guys can tell, I just woke up by my nightcap. Anyway, we had a long night's sleep, but we're ready for the road. We're gonna go grab some breakfast real quick. And so we head into a local truck stop to get some food from a very unique place. Because in this truck stop, they have a Dunkin' Donuts Express Bar, which is a Dunkin' Donuts location that lets you make your own coffee. I've never even heard of one of these places before, but I'm glad I got to try it. And before I knew it, I had my coffee, and I was even able to get myself a donut. Overall, a pretty unique experience. Well, we ate breakfast, so we're about to hit the road to continue our epic adventure. That is hopping in the moving truck train over there. We're about to get driving. And so we departed from the motel for the night, and we were quickly on our way. And even though my parents had a head start, I was determined to catch up and pass them. The moving truck can only go 55 miles per hour, so catching up wasn't too difficult of a challenge. So long, suckers! Now that I've passed them, we quickly make it out of the mountains and start to see more and more greenery as we travel further north. And we even get to see the first windmill of this road trip. And after a few hours of driving and listening to some music, we make it to our first pit stop in order to get some gas. My mom called me and they are literally 40 miles behind me. So yeah, we got here way sooner than they did. While I wait for them to catch up, I decided to go inside of the truck stop so I can get myself something to eat, as well as to get some more caffeine. Whew. All right, well, we got coffee, ginormous cup of coffee from Love's, and a muffin. And so while we wait, we scarf down the muffin, drink a ton of coffee, and we even have time to play some video games. But in a matter of no time, my parents finally show up to the truck stop. So naturally, I repack up my stuff, and I get in position to fill up my gas tank. The whole family, fully fueled up, they all ate, so now we can finally get back on the road. Now that we're done at the truck stop, we quickly hit the road once again. And in this portion of the trip, we're gonna encounter a lot of greenery and some of the best views of the trip so far, especially once we make it into Sacramento. Now, obviously, we have no time to stop and visit the city, but I've explored the city in the past on my own, and honestly, this is one of the few cities in California that I would actually recommend visiting. It's a very unique city, has a lot to do, and is actually the capital of California. So it was great to drive through it. However, things were about to get a lot more intense, because for the next few hours we would start to get pummeled by rain. And on top of that, it started to get very dark very fast. So we quickly pull over to fill up our gas tanks one more time before making a final push through the weather. gas tanks are once again full, we head back out with limited visibility and traction. At the moment, lots of parts of Washington are facing massive floods due to a very rare atmospheric river, so we knew that we would experience some intense weather, but we didn't know it would come so soon. Either way, we finally make it to the hotel for the night.
Anyway, we have done a lot of traveling today. Today we traveled the most distance compared to any other day. It was raining quite a lot, but hey, we made it to the hotel for the night. We have officially traveled 1,000 miles since this trip has began, and I'm pretty excited to get some sleep tonight.
And so we hit the hay. Little did we know the bad weather was just getting started.
Good morning. Today is day 4 of our epic cross-country road trip. The windiest, the rainiest, the coldest day yet. Let's go get some breakfast.
And so, like hunters, me and my dad embarked out to get my family some McDonald's. And during this trip to go get some breakfast, it became very clear just how intense the weather was gonna be today. Not only was it windy enough to shake these light posts, but you can also see how quickly the clouds are moving when I speed up this footage. Clearly, today was gonna be a very intense day.
It's so windy.
Nonetheless, I got my coffee and some pancakes and I headed to the truck.
Already, I had breakfast, had my coffee, I'm all ready to start the day. Day 4 of this epic cross-country road trip. Today is gonna be one of the most dangerous days. We're gonna be driving through the mountains into some very severe weather and lots and lots and lots of rain. So pretty much all day we're gonna have severe rain.
Little did I know just how intense the weather was gonna be on us today. Nonetheless, even with this danger looming around us, me and my family set off into the unknown.
The rain is getting even more intense the further north we go. Oh my goodness! It is getting really intense out here. This is awesome! Gee whiz!
The further up the mountains we went, the more intense the rain got.
This is intense! Whoa! I feel like I'm in Splash Mountain! We are in one of the most severe rainstorms these mountains have ever experienced.
But as we made our way out of the mountains, things got a lot better.
Can I do the number 1 meal?
Yeah. Did you want original or cinnamon sugar nugget?
I'll do original. Alrighty, so for 13 bucks, we got a bag of little pretzel bites and a smoothie for vitamins and nutrients and all that kind of nonsense. Anyway, we are 1 hour and 30 minutes away from our next stop to gas up and fuel up and everything. Well, that's rain now, so yeah, hopefully it stays like this. With that said, let's hit the road.
Now that we were out of the mountains and my visibility cleared up quite a lot, the rest of the drive to the pit stop would be very easy in comparison. And before I knew it, we were already making our way to the truck stop. That way we could fill up on gas and buy some snacks, of course.
Okay, so we are at the gas pump and the gas pump is already in there because here in Oregon, this is the only state in America where the employees pump the gas for you, so I don't even have to get out of the car. I completely forgot about that. And we made it to our pit stop. Let's go inside and get some snacks. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And so we headed inside, we got to shopping. My sister picked out quite a few snacks, and I did as well.
Haley, how would you say your shopping trip was?
It was fantabulous.
It was enlightening. I got my road trip snacks. This will last me the rest of the drive, which is only at what, like 2-3 hours?
Before getting into our vehicles, we ended up spotting this animal, and after looking at it for a while, we all hopped in our trucks and we hit the road on our way to the hotel for the night. We were kind of fearful that the rain would start up again, but to our surprise, that did not end up happening. And before we knew it, we were getting closer and closer to our hotel for the night.
Anyway, we made it to the hotel. We're about to head inside and get some sleep. Are you ready to go back to sleep after your 9 hours of sleep you got today?
You know, I think I need a nap.
Okay, what do you think of the weather?
It was pretty good. I like the rain.
Well, it's because you were sleeping. It was really intense. Anyway, we're gonna get some sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning.
The next morning, after waking up, we realized just how close we were to our new home. So, we locked in. Once we realized that this would be the final day of our epic cross-country road trip, we had a sudden rush of determination. So, we quickly made our way all the way to Portland. But we did not stop there. We kept going and soon crossed the Columbia River, officially making our way into Washington State. At this point, we were full of joy. So we kept going all the way past the Tacoma Dome, because after 4 days of living on the road, all we wanted to do was finish this road trip. So we drove past Seattle, and full of determination, we knew today we would finally make it to our new home. So we grabbed the celebratory pizza and got straight back to driving. And after seeing some Christmas lights, we made it to our new house. After 1,600 miles of driving, me and my family are so excited to officially be living in the Pacific Northwest, here in Washington State.
And after a long adventure, we finally made it here to the new house. Haley, how do you like it?
It's cold.
It is. It's very cold here compared to Arizona. We're very happy to get here.
And just like that, we made it to our new home. I was born here in Washington State, and I'm so happy to be back. Washington is truly one of my favorite states here in America, and me and my family are very happy to finally be living here. With this said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Later, adventures.